Greetings to all my tech heads out there in the KevTechify Nation, and if you're new here, welcome. In this episode, we're going to look at configuring static host routes. We'll be discussing host routes, automatically installed host routes, static host routes, configuring and verifying static host routes, and then finally, we're going to take a look at configuring IPv6 static host route with link local next hop. This episode is part of my series on switching, routing, and wireless essentials for the CCNA. I'm Kevin here at KevTechify. Let's get this adventure started. A host route is a static route that goes to a specific device, to a server, to a printer. It is a full IP address. It's not a network address, it's a full IP address. For IP version 6, it has a subnet mask of 32, meaning it needs to match all 32 bits in that IP version 4 address. For IP version 6, it has a mask of 128. It needs to match all 128 bits of that mask. Now, there's 3 ways a host route can be added. First way is it's automatically installed when you configure an IP address on the router interface. When you go in there, go into the interface, gig 000, you set up an IP address, it automatically puts it in there. That's that L record. Remember how we talked about that L code when you do a show IP route? That is the L. That is automatically put in there. You could configure it manually. You could go in there and create a static route that points to an IP address. And so that would point to an IP address. Last way is the host route automatically obtained through other methods. Now that's a little bit more complex. We cover that in a different course. But some protocols actually push that through and you can obtain it that way. Automatically installed hosts. This is also known as that local host route. That's what I talked about. When you do a show IP route, it comes up with the code L. It's known as the local host route. When that interface is configured, it puts it in there. Like I mentioned, you go into gig 000, you put in an IP address, it sets that up right there. Reason we have that is if it matches all 32 bits to that IP address we configured on that interface, we don't have to process that. We don't have to route it. We don't have to go through the routing table, compare it, figure out which is the best match. It just will say, hey, it matches 32 bits, matches my interface. I'm going to take it. I'm going to do whatever I need to do with it. It's more efficient that way. It is in addition to that connected route. And once again, when you do the show IP route, the connected route is the C. That's why there's an L and a C when you look at your routing table for all of your interfaces you've configured. Now, to configure a static host route, it's just like configuring a normal static route. What we want to do here is on the branch. So we're looking at our point of view on the branch. Anytime we're sending traffic to this address, 209.165.200.238, we're going to send it this way. Once again, we should always use the next hop IP address. The next hop IP address is this interface right here, which is 198.51.100.2. That is this interface right there. To recap that, on the branch computer, anytime we send data to our server over here at 209.165.200.238, we're going to send it in this direction to this next hop IP address. The command up here, once again, we're dealing with the IP suite, we're dealing with routing. Now we put the full IP address in here, 209.165.200.238. Notice it's not ending in zeros. That's not a network address. It's a full IP address. And then we want to match all the bits in it. That gives us 255, 255, 255, 255. Some people call it quad 255s. And then our next hop IP address, 192.168.51.100.2, which comes from right here. That's this address. That gives us there. Anytime this router gets information destined for that IP address, it's going to send it to the next hop IP address. ISP gets it. ISP, that's a directly connected network. We can route it to that network. IPv6 works basically the same way. IPv6 route. We put the full IPv6 address in there, 2001:DB8 ACAD:2:238. So that's our IPv6 address. And then we want to match all 128 bits. So it's a /128. We match all of those. And we put our next hop IP address in there. Our next hop IP address for IPv6 is right here. Hopefully you can follow my drawings. That is this address right here. Ends in a :2, which is, we put it in there. Wow. Lots of drawing. And that gives us the route to a single host. To verify that, we can go up here to just show IP route and begin with our gateway. Down here we have a static route. That's what we did, was we set up an IP static route. The parent is a 209.165/200. Classful address is a class C, so first 3 octets, so we have a parent, but we subnetted it. When we subnetted it, we made it even smaller, and that's why it comes in as a child. And so to get to this address, notice how it gives us the full address. It doesn't give us a network address. Up here, it gives us this network address. Ends in a 0 and it's a /30 at the end. Here, we want it to match every single bit. We give it a full IP address. Our administrative distance is a 1 because it's a static route, and this is our next hop IP address. We can do a show IPv6 route. Down here is our static route. We have the full IPv6 address saying we want to match all 128 bits. Administrative distance is 1 via our next hop IP address, which is right there. We can also do a static host route in IP version 6 using our link local address for our next hop address. Once again, remember that link local address could exist on multiple networks. So not only do we need to specify that link local address, we also need to specify what interface it's going out of. To configure that, following our example, what we have to do, we have to get rid of the old route. We're going to get rid of it. You just simply put the word no at the beginning of it and repeat the command and it will remove it. Now we can go ahead and re-enter it. So IPv6 route, we put in the full IP address of our server of the destination. We match 128 bits of it. We match every single bit. Then we say what interface we're going out of. We're going out of serial 010. And because we put that exit interface in there, we can then specify the link local address as our next hop IP address. If you didn't want to put the serial 010 in there, it could be confused on which interface to send it out because that link local address can exist on multiple networks. Doing a show command here, we have a static route. We have our destination address matching all 128 bits of it. And then it goes out and then it goes to the next hop IP address here, and we specify the exit interface. It was my pleasure to provide you with this wonderful episode on configuring static host routes. If you like this episode and you got value out of it, please click that like button, give a 5-star rating, leave a comment. This all helps me bring you more great content. Please take a minute to subscribe to my channel. All my socials and contact information are on my website, KevTechify.com. There you can find out how to get all of these episodes in video and podcast form. In the upper right is my playlist for my series on switching, routing, and wireless essentials for the CCNA. Thank you so much for watching this episode of my series on switching, routing, and wireless essentials. Once again, I'm Kevin. This here is KevTechify. I'll see you next time for another great adventure.